Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very chatty makeup tutorial. Not even sort of makeup tutorial because it's kind of like just this bare makeup. Just more chatting, just to sit and kind of rant about a few things that have been on my mind. So if you're interested, please keep watching. I wanted this video to be a little bit more chatty, you know, just because I've done a lot of voiceover makeup tutorials recently, and I haven't really done one that is me sitting down and chatting through it and kind of like just talking through it. So I thought that it would be a little bit different. So that's what we're gonna do today. So sorry if I am not really focused on the makeup. I just kind of like wanted to sit and chat, and I have some time right now throughout the day. Usually I do the voiceover videos because they're a lot faster to film, and then I just spend my time doing the voiceover part, which probably takes a little bit longer than this thing, but it's a lot easier for me to film and in the moment. And usually I have a lot of sounds going around, like my dog is walking around or my husband's walking around, and so voiceover makeup tutorials are easier for me to film, especially since, if you guys didn't know, my house is pretty small. So, you know, if one person does one thing in the house, you'll definitely hear in the video. So, but no one's here today, so we are gonna do a chatty makeup tutorial. You might hear my dog because he's walking around here, but we can't remove that. I'm gonna start off with some moisturizer. This is Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel, and I really like to apply moisturizer before my makeup because it kind of like, because it hydrates the skin and, you know, sort of acts like a hydrating primer in a way. And I like this moisturizer especially for oily skin because it's a gel. It's really soft. So I don't really have a plan for my makeup today. I just kind of like am sitting down and winging it, so we're just gonna do that. I'm gonna use Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Instant Pore Erasing Primer. Also, as you guys have probably seen, my setup situation did change. You know, I have a different angle now. And that's mainly due to the fact that if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll probably would have seen that we've been doing some, you know, changes around my house. If you didn't know, I filmed these videos in my living room. So we've been changing around the living room a little bit, and so I had to change my seating arrangement for my videos because my husband wanted to hide some wires. Like behind this camera there was a bunch of wires on the floor, and due to like computers and a lamp and things like that, so he wanted to hide those wires, so he kind of like stapled them to the wall behind a table that we have. And now I can't move the lamp around like I used to do for my videos. I used to move the lamp that's behind the camera. I used to move it across my living room for my makeup videos and sit in one of my living room chairs. But now, since the lamp cord is stapled to the wall, I can no longer move the lamp around, so I had to move my chair around my living room instead this time. Which is fine, you know, we'll work around it. Let me know if you guys like this setup more than the last one. For my foundation, I'm gonna use Maybelline Dream Urban Cover, and I'm using the shade 110 Porcelain. I like to shake up this foundation because, as you can see, it's really liquidy, so I like to make sure it's nice and shaken up. And I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics foundation buffing brush. I've had this brush for years, so I was trying to look for the number, but it doesn't even have a number on it anymore. Oh yeah, also, as you guys probably have noticed already as well, my lashes are non-existent at the moment. I have like one lash here, maybe one lash on this side. And that's just because I haven't been able to do them recently because my lash lady is on maternity leave. My friend, not my lash lady, she's my friend, but she does my lashes, and she is having a baby, so we have not been able to do our lashes, but that is totally fine. I mean, you know, having a family is more important than my lashes. And I'm so happy for her. She had a beautiful baby boy, and he's gonna be so beautiful. I like this foundation because it has SPF in it, SPF 50, and it's kind of really nice and light, which is kind of what I wanted to go for today, to look put together, but not crazy glamorous, you know what I mean? And so this has an SPF in it, which is nice. Obviously, you know, you still need more SPF, which I did apply SPF this morning anyways. It's nice that it has SPF because something is better than nothing, I feel. So we have a nice, really light layer of foundation here, and I'm gonna keep it like that because I kind of like that it's kind of light. I'm going to apply some cream blush with the Rare Beauty Liquid Soft Pinch Liquid Blush in the shade Joy. I'm applying that on the back of a palette. And I'm going to use my Real Techniques stippling brush, and I'm going to just apply that to my cheeks. I've been a little bit in a funk, you guys, with the videos. I don't want to always do makeup tutorials, and I know that you guys enjoy my makeup tutorials and I enjoy making makeup tutorials, but I feel like I want to do something different once in a while. Obviously, you know, makeup tutorials are nice, but makeup tutorials are not all the rage nowadays like they used to be. Makeup tutorials are not all the rage as they used to be when, you know, a couple of years back. But so for that reason, I feel like I don't want to do too many makeup tutorials. Obviously, I still want to do them because you guys enjoy it and all of that, but I feel like something different is nice once in a while. I'm gonna put on some Rare Beauty concealer as well, and I'm gonna apply that with a small deluxe crease brush from Real Technique. And I like to use this brush especially for like day-to-day makeup because I can really just precisely apply my concealer without having to apply a heavy amount. I got distracted. I was talking about the videos. So I'm in a funk with the videos. I don't know what to film. It's kind of hard. I know I keep asking you guys on Instagram and stuff to give me suggestions. You know, you guys just kind of all suggest the same thing that I've already done. And so it's kind of like, yeah, but I already did that. Or something that's just not feasible for me to do. So it's kind of like, I can't do that. So I'm back to square one. I'm just gonna get a little bit more concealer and I'm gonna apply that on any blemishes on my face. I really need you guys to help me out. Give me more video suggestions in the comments and things like that. That could really help me out. I do try to constantly check the comments and I like to engage with you guys in the comments. So if you guys leave me a comment, I will do my best to respond. I also am really attentive to my DMs on Instagram because I get a lot of questions through DMs and I love that. I love that I get so much engagement with you guys through my DMs because I feel like it's more of a one-on-one conversation, whereas, you know, in the YouTube comments it's more public. I mean, I'm fine with either one, whatever floats your boat, but I feel like DMs are like we're having a conversation one-on-one, you know? So yeah, if you have any video suggestions, please let me know. Speaking of engagement, if you guys didn't know, YouTube algorithm and Instagram algorithms are based on engagement. So since Instagram's algorithm is not chronological anymore, sorry, I'm gonna put on my powder now on wherever I put my concealer. But since it's not chronological anymore, it's going based on the engagement because apparently, you know, they want to ensure that people are not spam posting or whatever and flooding your page with just their own posts, which I think is stupid. if you don't like spam posts or you don't like that one person is the only thing on your feed, then just unfollow them. Like, so that's why I'm always telling you guys in my videos to, you know, share the video, like, comment, subscribe, because the engagement is what gets you, is what pushes YouTube to publish your videos to more and more people. And you know, I'm grateful for the people that I have right now because I've been able to get some followers on here. Obviously not a whole lot, you know, I wish it were more, obviously, but you know, the people that I have now are really helpful with that because I get constant comments from them. But there are some people that don't comment or don't like to comment or don't comment on Instagram posts and things like that, and I get it. I am sometimes that kind of person that doesn't like to comment on people's posts because whatever, because I'm kind of like, okay, I like that post, but you know, what am I gonna say? And I've been that person before, but I've really been trying to, you know, creators that I like and I enjoy, I've really been trying to comment on their posts or videos because if I enjoy their video, I want others to enjoy their video as well. And I want the creators that I like to do well. That way they can post or they can publicize more videos, more posts, and I can benefit from them. It's really a tricky subject because, you know, the algorithms nowadays are just so ridiculous with how they work. But if you can send my video to family members or my post to family members or like or comment on either Instagram or my YouTube videos, that does help out a lot. So just wanted to throw that out there because I know that there are people that are like me, but if you really like something, then make sure you share it because that can make all of a difference for a creator. I'm gonna bronze my face a little bit. I'm gonna use L'Oreal True Match bronzer. Well, it's not a bronzer, it's a powder, as you guys know, but it's a face powder, but it's a couple of shades darker than my skin tone. So I like to use it as a bronzer. And since it's a face powder, it'll also help set our makeup. One of my favorite skincare creators responded to me on DMs, Susan Yara, and I was overjoyed. I was over the moon happy because, you know, it's kind of like, wow, this is a big personality and they just, you know, they just so happened to scroll through their DMs that day and they saw my message. You know how many people DM them a day and you just so happen to come across mine? Like, that is insane to me. Influencers and creators have a lot of DMs coming in daily, so they can't respond to every single person. I understand that. I'm not as big as them, so I can honestly answer almost every DM. It'll probably take me a long time because Instagram DMs are really weird, especially if you're getting a message from someone new that you've never spoken to before and you don't follow them. It like doesn't send you a notification. It kind of like goes through a long process and takes forever to get to you. As bigger influencers get more DMs a day from people because obviously they have more followers and they have more people asking them questions and things like that. So when you get a larger influencer that actually responds to your DM, it's kind of like, whoa, you saw my DM. Out of all the DMs that you could have answered, you saw mine. I thought that it's really cool, and to be honest, it shows that she's very down to earth and loves to engage with people as well. You know, it's kind of like, you know, this person is an actual person. You know, as big as they might be, they're still a person that takes time out of their day to respond to a smaller influencer like myself. I'm gonna do some light contouring. I'm gonna take a small angled brush like this, and I'm gonna take Anastasia Beverly Hills contour powder. So, and I love Susan's videos. Susan is super knowledgeable on skincare. She's not an esthetician or anything like that, but she definitely knows her stuff, you know? It's just like you can't deny that she has knowledge from experience, you know what I mean? Nothing really prepares you for experience other than going through it. And you can tell that she's just someone that has a lot of experience in her life. I'm gonna take the same contour powder, and this is a Morphe blending brush, Morphe M441 brush. I'm just gonna run that through my crease. I'm not gonna talk more about the fact that Susan responded to my DMs because I already fangirled a lot on Instagram, okay? Have you guys been watching the drama with Chatty and those lawsuits that are going around? Isn't that crazy? I've been watching videos about it. It's kind of like I'm obsessed with that because I just love watching drama channels. I hate to admit it, but I love watching drama channels. It's a thing that I just can't get rid of. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure. You know, you feel like I shouldn't be watching this because it's probably not true, but it probably is true, you know? It's weird. You kind of feel like I'm falling down this deep hole of videos and you're like, oh my god, so invested in it. And that's what happens to me. I get invested in it. Like if this is my own life, I'm crazy. Side note, I'm taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light eyeshadow palette. Hey, yeah. How are you? And I'm gonna take that same Morphe blending brush. I'm just gonna take one of the warmer shades here and run that through my crease also. So going back to the Chatty drama, I just kind of love, you know, that sort of drama. That's not like petty drama, you know? It's legal drama with suing and countersuits and you said this, but your contract said the other thing. So it's kind of like different than just normal petty YouTuber drama, which I feel like that's why I'm more invested in it than any other drama. You know, I'm not gonna give my opinion on the subject because it is such a, it's still, you know, in the court system. It hasn't been settled upon, so I don't wanna give my opinion on what I think about who's gonna win or anything like that. I just think that it is super interesting, all of the stuff that's coming out to light. And it hasn't been proven true or anything yet, but there's a lot of stuff that you're kind of like, whoa, that goes on behind the scenes. Just goes to show that you never really know what people are going through behind the scenes. You know, you see someone on the internet and you think that their life is perfect and they're beautiful. Like Chatty was one of my favorite, or is actually one of my favorite makeup gurus or influencers on this platform. I'm gonna take the Balm Mary Luminizer highlighter and I'm going to apply that to my face just to highlight a little bit. So I'm kind of sad that, you know, everything is going through this because I feel like it would be very difficult for her to come back to the platform with everything that's been coming out recently. That makes me sad because I like her content. I wish she would come back, but it will be difficult. I have to admit that it would be difficult. Obviously, I've never gone through what she's going through at the moment, so I can't attest to how she might be feeling. It's probably terrible. I would very much enjoy if she came back because I did enjoy her content. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit darker of a brown here, this one here from the palette. But let me know if you guys are like me and have been watching that whole drama play out with her and her business partner and the other YouTuber that apparently is being sued allegedly. So let me know if you guys are into that as I am. And also let me know if you think that you'd like Chatty to come back. Would you want her to come back? Is it too far gone for you? Or what do you think? Did you guys hear that Kat Von D is no longer the owner of Kat Von D Vegan Beauty? She no longer has ties to the brand. Again, I haven't confirmed through any legal sources or anything like that. I just kind of heard it through the grapevine on YouTube. She's no longer affiliated with the brand. I believe she sold it to a larger company and she's no longer with the brand, which that's crazy, you know. I've seen that, you know, usually they would say like Kat Von D beauty, you know, Kat Von D's line, but now whenever you look up the products, it kind of like shortens it to KVD, vegan beauty. So they're kind of like slowly removing her from the situation, but they can't remove her altogether because obviously it's a brand she started. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more powder. I'm just going in with a little bit more face powder on my forehead because I feel like it's a little too shiny there still. As you guys have noticed, I haven't been baking as much. I know that I used to bake a ton on my old Instagram posts, and I would, you know, talk about how baking is like amazing for you. I've noticed that, you know, even though in my Instagram posts and things like that, when I would bake, my makeup would look flawless. Obviously, your makeup looks flawless in pictures and with studio lighting and great editing and all this great stuff, but it doesn't translate in person. So I've been staying away from baking because of that. I feel like without the experience that I have now, I thought that that looked amazing. But then, you know, but something always felt kind of off with my makeup when I would do it. I would notice that sort of like when I did my concealer and then afterwards I would bake, I would get this weird crepiness on my concealer under my eyes. And I thought that that was just due to dry under eyes, and I would apply a ton of moisturizer and a ton of under eye cream, but it still would never go away. And I noticed that my under eyes look so much better. I mean, baking is a technique that a lot of YouTubers use because they're under lighting. You guys have to understand that when a YouTuber does a video, they have a ton of lighting, they have a good camera, they have a good editing software. And so you're seeing them through the camera lens and you're like, wow, their skin looks flawless because they baked. But it's not actually because they baked. It's actually because of everything that it takes to be a YouTuber. I felt like baking was something that didn't translate from camera to in person. And as a makeup artist, I mean, a lot of YouTubers on YouTube are not professional makeup artists. A lot of them are, a lot of them were in their past career, but most of them are not. And so me personally, as a working makeup artist in the real world, I felt like baking doesn't translate from YouTube to in person. And I feel like I'm here on this platform to give you good makeup tips for you, a consumer, a person who is not a professional makeup artist and who is not being followed constantly by studio lighting and a fancy camera and editing software. It's just, it doesn't translate, and I feel like it's kind of deceiving. And I'm not like ragging on anyone, and I'm not hating on anyone that bakes. If you like to bake and you like that look, do it. I feel like makeup doesn't have rules. Makeup has a theory as well, which I'm here to express to you the theory and what works for me as in my experience. But makeup has no rules, creativity has no rules. So if you like it, then go for it. I just feel like it would be nicer if you follow the theory. That's the whole point of the theory, is to show you the best way to get a result. And the theory of makeup that I've learned throughout my experience and schooling. So I'll express that to you. And to be honest, baking is not something that I go for anymore because it doesn't translate. It doesn't. And at first, you know, you're probably like, oh, but that looks amazing on me, you know, that looks like super flawless and I look super seamless and my makeup is going to last throughout the day, and that's all a lie. I have to admit, it's all a lie. I haven't been baking for quite some time now, And I don't feel like my makeup lasts any less. If not, my makeup looks nicer. Because baking after a long time of being worn has a lot of, gets very crepey, gets very dry. Because it's a heavy amount of powder, your skin just kind of like is super dry at the end of it. So it actually looks worse the longer you have it on. Then let's say you put in a light amount of powder to set your concealer, it's just set and won't move because it's set. Whereas you're applying a ton of powder on top, it's going to just get really dry throughout the day, especially if you live in a colder area of the world in the winter. Your skin is gonna get dry throughout the day, and then your powder on top is just gonna get very, very dry, and your skin is gonna be like, I need some hydration in here. That's what it's gonna say. I do, in some videos, I like to bake a little bit under my cheekbone. You might have seen that because I feel like that does sometimes chisel out like a cream contour, but I don't technically consider it baking. I know I say it's baking because that's what people consider it as, but baking is more like you apply a heavy amount of powder and you leave it on for 15-20 minutes and then knock it off. That's the actual rules of baking. And I never really did that, to be honest. I didn't leave my bake on for 15-20 minutes. That seemed excessive to me. And I didn't keep it on for 15 minutes. Imagine the people that actually leave it on for 15 or 20 minutes. That is insane. So, I mean, I would still probably use like a heavy amount of powder under my cheekbone to chisel out my cream contour, but I never really left it on for that long. I'm gonna do my eyebrows now. Brow Tech Matte Pencil, and I'm gonna follow it up with Makeup Forever Brow Gel. Going back to bake, because I feel kind of passionate about this topic recently. You know, I feel like baking kind of came into play because of the Kardashians. And I know Kim's makeup artist is Mario, and possibly he's one of my favorite makeup artists out there. I do follow him and I love his techniques. I've never been to one of his master classes. I would love to go. I've already told my husband that I would love to go to one of his master classes, but obviously COVID is, you know, putting all of that on hold for now. Mario does, you know, Kim's makeup, and they sort of started that whole trend of baking. Don't quote me on that. I may be incorrect. And I don't feel like Mario, as a professional makeup artist, does that technique all that often, you know? I know that it's something that Kim heavily promotes, especially with her makeup line, with her KKW makeup line. You know, she has a whole line that's conceal, bake, brighten, correct, conceal, bake, brighten. And, you know, she promotes that and she markets that, and that's totally fantastic. Do whatever you want, you know, to get your coin. But as a professional makeup artist, I don't think Mario does that to her face all the time to make her makeup look flawless. Also, you have to keep in mind that Mario is not gonna tell you everything he does, because I doubt that Mario, with all his experience, bakes Kim's face every time he does her makeup. It's just my opinion, you know, from my experience with bake, it just doesn't look that great, especially because I've heard that, you know, Kim has drier skin and she has skincare concerns like psoriasis and all of that. I just think that it's difficult for him to bake because it just doesn't look nice. But then again, you know, he does spend hours doing her makeup, so if he does bake, I'm pretty sure that he, with his experience and hours of work on her face, can, even if he does bake, make it look fantastic. But that's not everyone, you know? It's a trend that they started because he's a professional makeup artist and honestly one of the best in my experience. But he's a professional. He knows how to make even the worst thing look great, right? I love to rant. You guys know I love to rant. Honestly, I used to rant so much on Instagram on Instagram stories, but now I'm ranting here on this video. I want to rant about something else. I feel like there's this unspoken hostility between makeup artists. Makeup artists are kind of defensive. I mean, I understand the industry is very competitive, and nowadays especially there's a ton of makeup artists out there, whether they be professionals or not, but that doesn't mean that we can't help each other out once in a while. Yes, it's very rare that I ask a makeup artist for help and they tell me yes. Obviously there are a lot of people out there, and they know who they are, that I am greatly thankful for because they have taught me so much in the industry, but that's not everyone. And I'm sorry to say that this is a situation that happens a lot, and it's very sad. It's very sad, and I never want to be that kind of person. I never want to be that kind of person. And I think that that's ridiculous. That is absurd. I mean, obviously it's your hustle, but why can't you be nice? Why can't you, out of the kindness of your heart, help out a fellow makeup artist for free? Why does everything have to be money? Why does everything have to be business? Why does everything have to be, you have to pay me to get my help? I don't know. I mean, obviously I do one-on-one makeup classes that I charge for, and it's more in-depth than what I post, but if someone asks me a question, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna charge you 50 bucks for that question. I'm not gonna do that. Out of the kindness of my heart, I'll answer a question to you. And that's why I said earlier, you know, I love DMs, because you guys ask me a ton of questions through DMs and I can one-on-one answer them for you. But I know some people that will charge crazy amounts, or if you ask a question in their DMs, they'll pretend like they didn't even see you. I feel like that's an unspoken hostility in the professional makeup world. Is, I'm not gonna teach you my techniques because you're gonna be my competition. You're my competition, I'm not gonna teach you the ways. And that's ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous. A one-on-one makeup class will probably help you out more, and obviously I would charge for that. But if you ask me a question or you ask me to help you out, I'll be more than glad to help you out. I'm not gonna specifically say, oh no, I'm not gonna give you my technique because you're gonna be my competition. That's not a thing that I would do. It's just, I don't know, I think it's ridiculous. I'm gonna use a YSL lipstick. It's a really nice neutral shade. And so, to my point, I've been really glad and grateful to have found people in this industry that are not like that. And I love that because we've been able to create a bond. And I feel like a bond between makeup artists is beautiful. When two people bond over creativity, I feel like that's gorgeous. That's beautiful. That's goals, right? Oh my god, I'm so not hip. But goals, right? If there's anything that I'll throw out to end this video is be kind to people. Oh my god! I was just about to end the video and I didn't even put on mascara. I was about to end this video and didn't even put on mascara. So I'm gonna put on some mascara. But to end this video, I wanna mention, you know, make sure you're being kind to everyone in the world. Make sure you're being kind to everyone and do things out of the goodness of your heart. That's why, if you guys didn't notice, but in my description box of my videos, I always end it with, remember to be kind to everyone. Because kindness and love goes a long, long way. So yeah, that's it for this video. Sorry it wasn't more interesting as far as makeup. I just kind of felt like doing something natural just to get me through the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this more chatty video. I want to do more in the future because I kind of like chatting on camera, just candidly chatting. But yeah, definitely do all of those YouTube things like, subscribe, comment, leave a message, leave a comment, send me a DM, follow me on Instagram. I will try to link products down in the description box below Some of them may be affiliate links, which means I earn a small commission off your purchase if you use my link. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. It's just there and it helps support me and my small channel. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.